Today we're going to cover the final group of the big three, the Incans. We have covered the Aztecs and the Mayans, and we're going to wrap up Latin America with the Incans. We're going to talk about the location of the Incans. We're going to talk about the government of the Incans. We're also going to talk about several social classes and several achievements of the Incans. And we're going to wrap up with how the Incans fell or declined. Let's start today with where the Incans were located. The Incans were located in the Andes Mountains region of South America. They were on the west coast of South America around Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Chile, Argentina. Their capital city was Cusco. They also have something called a lost city of the Incas called Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is considered a lost city because in Machu Picchu they have some very elaborate temples and very elaborate architecture, and nobody knows what exactly happened to the Incans. They have some theories about what happened to the Incans at Machu Picchu, but nobody knows for sure what exactly happened there. Government. They had the emperor, which is called Sapa Inca. Sapa Inca has absolute control. Under the Sapa Inca, officials collected the taxes and enforced the law. They would, anytime they conquered a group of people, they would force the Incan language on the conquered people. They would also force the Incan religion on the conquered people as well. So we're going to move on to the achievements and the religion. As we have talked about, like the Mayans and the Aztecs, the Incans were polytheistic. They have a different calendar. We have talked about that the Aztecs and the Mayans, both of them had two calendars, 365 and 260. Incas had a calendar with 15 months. Each month had 3 weeks. Each week had 10 days. So, 10 times 3 is 30. 30 times 15, you can come up with it. Write on your piece of paper. They also came up with an advanced medicine. They were one of the first of its kind to come up with a skull surgery. And they were also prominent in gold and silver works as well. Now, how did the Incas end? In 1525, Sapa Inca dies of the plague. There is no successor in the Incan civilization. So as a result, there is civil war over who becomes the next successor. After 6 years, in 1531, Francisco Pizarro leads the Spanish and conquers the Incans. Now, as we have talked about earlier, there are still Incans in the world. There are still Mayans in the world. There are still Aztec civilizations in the world. Roots of them, okay? There are traces of each group still left in Central Latin and Southwest North America. So there are still Aztecs, Incas, and Mayas in the world. So, today we have talked about the location of the Incas on the west coast of South America, in the Andes Mountains as well. We have talked about the government, that the emperor was named Sapa Inca. Officials collected taxes and enforced law. They also forced language and religion on the conquered people. They were polytheistic like Aztecs and Mayans were. They have a different calendar from Mayans and Aztecs, 15 months, 3 weeks, 10 days. They have advanced medicine. They also are involved in gold and silver works. And Pizarro and the Spanish conquistadors conquer the Incans, and really due to no successor being named after Sapa Inca in 1525 dies. So, this is the Inca lesson for today, and this wraps up the Latin American unit of study for social studies this year.